Behind a fragrant forest, in the middle of a blooming meadow, stood a small beehive. A little bee named Zlatulka lived there. She had golden stripes, the softest little wings, and one big secret: she couldn't fly straight. When she tried to fly right, she'd turn left. When she wanted to go up, she went down instead. The other bees often laughed at her. "Zlatulka, you should be dancing, not flying." But Zlatulka didn't let it bother her. Every morning she woke up early, stretched her wings, and practiced flying straight between the dandelions. One day, big news came to the hive. The queen bee announced a contest for the tastiest nectar in the whole forest. Whoever brought it would get to sit next to her on a throne made of flower petals for one whole day. All the bees flew off to their usual spots, the lavender, clover, and raspberry bushes. But Zlatulka sighed. "I'll never make it there on time. But what if I try to fly somewhere no bee has ever gone before?" So she headed deep into the forest, where no bee had been. She flew in her wobbly way, but she noticed a tiny clearing full of bluebells. They smelled sweet and gentle, completely different from any flowers she had ever tasted. Carefully, she sipped the nectar, smiled, and started her journey back. The trip was long and full of twists, but thanks to her unusual flying style, she avoided all the spider webs and branches. When she returned to the hive, all the bees were already waiting. The queen tasted nectar after nectar until she reached the last one. She paused, smiled, and closed her eyes. "This nectar is like a song, sweet and extraordinary. Who brought it?" Zlatulka stepped forward shyly. Everyone fell silent. Then they began clapping their wings. "Your path wasn't straight, but because of that, you discovered something no one else saw," said the queen. And so it happened that the little bee who couldn't fly straight sat on the throne made of flower petals that day. And the whole hive sang her name, Zlatulka. From that day on, every little bee learned that sometimes what seems like a weakness can be the greatest gift. If you enjoyed the story and want to hear more, or this one in English or bilingual, subscribe so you don't miss anything. Thank you for listening to our story, and I wish you a wonderful, peaceful day.